Like most women, I know how it feels to be overlooked, to be underestimated, to see them turn to the man next to you, the man you supervise, and assume he's in charge.
Women are so underrepresented in the technology sector in the United States, and yet tech is pervasive. It is changing our lives. And so I'm investing in people like Aspect Ventures or Defy Capital or Female Founders Fund.
My name is Michelle Kennedy. I'm the founder and CEO of Peanut. I've worked in the dating industry for many years before building Peanut, and so I've seen firsthand what it takes to create a network and what it takes to create a community.
I've been there where we've kind of pitching to a male investor and they're like, do you know, I don't know, let me check with my wife, assistant, niece, cousin, auntie.
And that, for me, is the most important thing about what she's doing. This ecosystem where women want to invest in one another, whether that's with money or with time. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that when we start to see great things, we believe in it and we create more. And that, for me, is something very unique to the Female Founders Fund.
I would say that having Female Founders Fund as a partner is very, very motivating because we are both on a mission and our success is their success, and I really, really love that. It doesn't feel like just being with investors that you have to report to, but really we support each other through our missions. The support I've had, be it emotionally or professionally, has been incredible.
I started Female Founders Fund because I felt like there was an opportunity. Fast forward to today, we have seen incredible success across the ecosystem. Within our own portfolio, Walmart acquired Eloquy. We also saw P&G's acquisition of Billy. And other examples in the ecosystem include Melanie Perkins of Canva, that was recently valued at $6 billion, Katrina Lake taking Stitch Fix public, and in 2019, New York saw not one, not two, but 3 female-founded companies achieve unicorn status.
In 2015, for our 10th anniversary, we decided to take a look back at our first 10 years and see what we can learn. And we published a study. And one of the most striking findings in that study was the fact that the companies that we had backed that had a female founder outperformed companies that didn't have a female founder by 63%.
When I first met Anu in 2014, we were struggling with some of the same things. Anu was building a fund to focus on female founders, and I was building a company really focusing on female health.
With male investors, I'll have to educate them about, pelvic floor therapy and breastfeeding, which can be a bit awkward sometimes.
Anu was in the trenches with me, introduced us to our Series A investor, Spring Mountain Capital, and then she even, right as we were about to close out our Series B, suggested that we meet Sequoia and Jess Lee because she knew Jess was looking at female health, and Anu made that introduction, which led to an amazing Series B for us when Sequoia and Oak co-led the round.
Anu has been a wonderful business partner, a great support to the founding team there, and she really nailed the thesis with Female Founders Fund around women being a really big business category to invest in. With women's health, women make 60% of the healthcare decisions out there and often become the chief medical officer of the home, making decisions for themselves and for the family and for the kids, yet are so underserved. Anu was able to spot that and also find a great founder working on that problem in Kate Ryder at Maven Clinic. It's been a wonderful privilege partnering with Anu and Female Founders Fund. We meet monthly just to talk through what's going on in the seed ecosystem.
At Female Founders Fund, our mission is bigger than investing. We're creating the strongest ecosystem for female operators and entrepreneurs worldwide. We host some of the most well-respected events in the tech industry with speakers like Marissa Mayer, Serena Williams, Anne Wojcicki, Katrina Lake, and other extraordinary women for our community of over 10,000 people who feel inspired by and connected to our mission.
There isn't anyone in the portfolio I wouldn't pick up the phone to. There isn't anyone in the portfolio I wouldn't want to have a drink with. There isn't anyone in the portfolio I wouldn't want to start another company with at another point in the future.
At Plexo Capital, we focus on identifying the next generation of general partners leading venture funds that are going to become the franchises of the future. That's why we're so pleased with Female Founders Fund, because we know they have the ability to be able to, through their network, source the best companies led by female founders.
I invested in Female Founders Fund in 2014 because it was the kind of fund I wish existed when I raised my seed round 4 years earlier. Anu's thesis of investing in female founders for outsized returns matched what I knew to be true about our potential. The ability to attract the very best founders and support them with an ecosystem on their way to their billion-dollar outcomes just made sense.
As a female founder and entrepreneur, I haven't been given the permission or the privilege to lose $1 billion every quarter.
I invested early on in Fund 1, I think it was early 2014. I invested for 2 simple reasons. Number 1, I wanted to deliver a strong return on the capital that I was investing. And number 2, I didn't understand why there weren't more investors in female founders. Anu and her team were instrumental. I cannot emphasize that enough. Period, end of story. I don't know if I'd be telling the same story today without her help, and she really rolled up her sleeves and got in it.
During my MBA, I was laser focused on building my investing muscle and finding a fund investing in founders who are creating the future, who are underestimated and underinvested in. I was specifically looking at Female Founders Fund because Anu's a former founder herself, and she was doing this before it was a trend, which really mattered to me.
Now, we first met Female Founders Fund in 2015. And Anu would come to us and sit down with a very specific list of each of her companies, and as a result, she introduced us to Zola. Once she told me about Zola and what was really terrific about them, I think I got on a flight the very next day, and then we invested in their Series C. We led that round because of Female Founders Fund.
I've never been part of a community that actually really believes in this idea that if we all do well, we all succeed together.
Anu, what's the end game here? Where do we want this to go? What do we want it to become?
Sure. So our belief is that the next billion-dollar businesses will be built by women.